Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a really big shift that's happening in the global seafood market. And it's not just about what we're eating, but about a whole new philosophy for the entire industry.
So, it all starts with this idea called blue food. The whole point is to think of seafood as more than just protein. We're talking about a premium, healthy, and really environmentally friendly source of nutrition. That's the new gold standard on the world stage.
But, and this is a big but, getting into this premium market isn't a given. There's a new test you have to pass, and it goes way beyond just sustainability. The new keyword is welfare. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to look at why this is all happening now, the science that tells us fish can feel pain, the global standards everyone's adopting, what this actually looks like on a farm, why it's a smart investment, and finally, what's next for aquaculture.
First things first, why is this suddenly such a huge deal? Well, this isn't just about ethics anymore. This is about business, and the global market is speaking loud and clear. Look, this is not some prediction about the future. It's happening right now. The European Union is literally writing fish welfare into law. And while that's happening, competitors like Norway are already way ahead of the curve, marketing their premium welfare salmon and winning over consumers. The game has already changed.
And the guiding principle behind this whole shift is something called One Welfare. It's a pretty simple but powerful idea. Animal welfare, human well-being, and the health of the environment are all tied together. Basically, healthy fish mean a healthy industry and healthier consumers. It's all one big connected system.
Now, to really embrace this, we have to start with a fundamental shift in how we think about fish. And I want to be clear, this isn't about feelings or opinions. This is about undeniable scientific fact. For the longest time, people kind of debated, do fish feel pain? Well, science has slammed the door on that debate. The answer is a definitive yes. They have the same kind of pain receptors that we do. They show the same stress responses. Their hearts race, they release cortisol, they even learn to avoid things that hurt them. The science is settled. Fish are sentient. And recognizing this fact changes everything. It's not just about doing the right thing ethically. It's about being smarter. It means we can stop just reacting to diseases and problems and start proactively managing the health of our fish from day one. This is what modern scientific aquaculture looks like. Okay, so if we accept the science, the next logical question is, how do we actually put this into practice? How do you measure something like welfare? Well, luckily, there's a global rulebook for that. And here it is, the 5 freedoms. This is the internationally accepted standard. It's basically a checklist that covers everything from good food and clean water to preventing disease, letting fish act like fish, and making sure they're not living in constant fear. This is the new minimum standard of care. So let's get practical. What does applying these 5 freedoms actually look like day to day? This is where theory meets reality. Let's start with a huge one, overcrowding. Jamming tens of thousands of fish into a couple of tanks, well, it's a recipe for stress, injury, and disease. The solution is pretty straightforward. Follow the science on stocking density. Give them the space they need to thrive. It really is that simple. Next up is how we physically handle the fish. The old method of just scooping them up with coarse nets, it causes a ton of physical damage and incredible stress. The modern, welfare-focused approach is all about minimizing that stress. Think softer tools and keeping the time they spend out of the water to an absolute minimum. Healthcare needs a total rethink too. Just reacting to disease outbreaks after they happen is old school and dangerous. The smart money is on proactive prevention. That means top-notch biosecurity and using vaccines to stop diseases before they ever get a foothold. Honestly, it's the best insurance policy there is against a major loss. And finally, we have to talk about the very end of the cycle. A lot of common slaughter methods cause a great deal of pain and suffering. The global standard is crystal clear on this. Fish must be properly stunned and made unconscious before slaughter. This isn't just a suggestion. It's about minimizing suffering at a critical moment. Now, I know exactly what some of you might be thinking. All of this sounds expensive, and that's a fair point. But the data tells a very different story. Thinking of welfare as just a cost is a huge mistake. In reality, it's a powerful investment in your bottom line. Just take a look at the numbers here. It's so clear. When you invest in welfare, what happens? Your mortality rates go down, fewer fish die, the quality of your final product goes up, which means you can charge a premium, and maybe most importantly, you unlock access to those high-value global markets that demand these standards. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at Norway. They created an amazing success story.
They didn't just meet the standards, they built their entire brand around it. Welfare salmon is now recognized globally as a premium product. They prove that high welfare isn't a burden. It's a massive competitive advantage.
So that brings us to the big question, what's the path forward? How do we make this transition from just an idea to the way the entire industry operates?
It really boils down to 3 key steps. 1, we need to invest in research to create specific welfare guidelines for different species. 2, we've got to educate everyone in the industry, from the farm workers to the processors, with standardized training. And 3, we need a trusted certification system, so producers who do the right thing get recognized and consumers can vote with their wallets.
So here's the bottom line. This global shift isn't a maybe. It's happening. The standards are changing, with or without us. So that leaves a really simple but profound choice for everyone in the industry. Are you going to be a follower, forced to catch up later? Or are you going to be a leader and define the future of sustainable, high-quality aquaculture? That's the question we all have to answer.